I take a lot of pictures. I think a lot of you probably do too. But what do you do with all those files? I've corresponded with a few of you on matters of storage. So let's talk about how I manage my considerable volume of files. Let's talk first about organization of those files, and then I'll get into backup and archiving. I organize my photos into two categories. I have personal and I have professional. For the personal photos, I organize those in folders by year, then by month, and then by camera. For my professional work, I organize it by last name and then by session, like wedding or holidays 2010. These are all kept on my computer, and it makes it fairly easy for me to find the images I need if I need to go back to them. I'm pretty good at remembering at least a general time frame of my personal events when I want to go back and look at the photos. And then for the professional stuff, everything's by last name, so that's easy enough. However, if you aren't so good at remembering all that stuff, there is plenty of software out there that can help you, like iPhoto or Aperture or Picasa, and then there's plenty others. But they'll allow you to tag your images so that you can search your library for individual tags, or even groups of tags, or even faces. So for me, just simply organizing by month and by camera helps me to get to my personal photos, and by name for my professional photos. It helps me find everything, at least most of the time. Now for backup and archiving. I have an iMac, which has a wonderful utility called Time Machine. It backs up what I tell it to back up at whatever interval I tell it to. And these backups are all kept on a huge external hard drive that I have. The awesome thing about Time Machine is that it notifies you when it's running out of space and lets you choose what to do, like delete old backups. That way there's no surprises later on, like that something magically saved over something else or anything like that. It always tells you what it's about to do and lets you kind of decide. For archiving though, every month or so I burn all my photos, at least the ones that they haven't already archived, onto optical media, otherwise known as DVDs. I've got a fireproof box that I keep those DVDs in too. However, optical media won't last forever, so every few years I reburn all my optical media, but I still keep the previous copies. My top priority in this archiving is to keep all of my photos stored on separate primary and backup hard drives. I've never needed to rely on the optical backups, but I just like knowing that they're available to me if I need them. Now, keep in mind that there are so many different ways to manage your storage and backups and archiving. Cloud storage is even now a viable solution. I'm sure everybody handles it a little bit differently, but this method has worked for me. So let me know if you have any questions.